Well, first of all, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for coming to Vancouver. I mean, we're so excited and thrilled to perform with you. It's such an
Well,
honor.
thank you. Thank you very much.
And so you have such a distinctive musical voice, both as a pianist and a composer. Could you tell us a little bit about your early musical background and how did you develop this unique approach to the piano?
Well, those are very, very general questions, but I'll try. My dad was a very good amateur pianist, and I probably wouldn't be doing this if it hadn't been for him. Or either that, or I would have discovered any kind of musical aptitude very late in life or later in life. So I started, thanks to him, I started at 5 years old, and I never really stopped. And I was never really exploited as a prodigy, even though my abilities were like perfect pitch and were discovered almost from the start. So my progress was just very, very gradual. And it's perhaps better that way because it's always had sort of a sustained quality to it. I've never dropped. I've always progressed higher and higher.
That is fantastic. And so you performed all over the world. Do you feel any connections to the Pacific Northwest or Portland area, Vancouver area in
Well,
general?
I've played quite a few times in Portland itself, and, with the organ symphony, and also in recital. I mean, I was invited a few years ago to curate the Portland Piano International. Unfortunately, out of the six recitals that I had organized, and picked artists for, I think only two or three were allowed to happen because that's when the pandemic hit us. So, but still, I've been enjoying playing here, and I think my first visit really was for Portland Piano, and that was back in around 2001, I think.
Mhm.
And I can say that I've played a lot of recitals here because each time Portland Piano invites you, it's for two recitals. So,
Okay.
so it doubles the pleasure, I guess, as it were.
So let's talk for a moment about Rhapsody in Blue. It's such a unique blend of jazz and classical.
Hmm.
So how do you, what is your approach on balancing classical structure with jazz-inspired freedom?
I don't really think of it as a classical piece at all, personally. Um, it it has all of the elements really of popular song and dance hall feeling, I think, in this piece. And you can't even say that it follows a classical form because it's really a free rhapsody. You can't really discern anything. Of course, there's a big wonderful tune in the middle, but one can't speak of anything recurring except for little motifs. The form is completely free. So that alone makes the piece unique. But somehow, and I don't think it's because we're used to it, but I think that even if you heard it for the first time, you would find that it really holds together very well somehow. I think it defies analysis in that respect, but it really holds together superbly.
Are there any particular moment in that piece that speaks
There's so
close
many
to you?
wonderful parts to it. I mean, it's really really hard to single anything out, But I like the fact that the passages with orchestra alternate with very long episodes where the orchestra isn't playing at all. So that gives a very interesting kind of variety to the whole texture, and for those who or enjoy doing that, it gives plenty of space for the soloist to shine. And it's also a wonderful expression of Gershwin's own pianism. I mean, he was really, really a very gifted pianist himself. we know this from many recordings that he's left us.
And so, in addition to this piece, you also agreed to play a few other solo works, which you will announce from the stage. Would you tell us a little bit about what to expect?
Well, I very much enjoy playing encores. It's encores are really an expression from the audience. That they want you, they want more of you, and they won't let you go until they're satisfied. Which is really the best compliment. So I am perfectly willing to play as many encores as they want, and I always have quite a few ready. That I've been playing some of them for many years actually. So it's always a delight. But I won't say in advance what they are because and this is quite a confession. Sometimes I sit down and I'm not exactly sure still of which one I'll pick. Full disclosure here.
Well, that's exciting. Well, as long as we don't need accompaniment for that, I
No,
think that
no, no,
works.
no, not at all.
So you're also known as a composer. Can you tell us a little bit about your path as a composer and
Well,
kind of what you?
it's really very simple. I mean, I've always felt the need to create, even though at the beginning, I started lessons when I was 5, and my because of my dad and the fact that he played at home so much, he loved composers like Chopin and Liszt and Schumann and people like that, and he had scores lying around. Some of them were by Liszt, and those to a little boy that I was, were very, very impressive. And he had some music paper, and so I wanted to do the same thing. So I started scribbling all kinds of nonsense, and it took me a while to really gain any kind of decent craft as a composer. It took many, many, many years. But the urge never left me, and over the years, especially with the advent of commissions, because I've been commissioned more and more, and the desire has become stronger. So it's a wonderful thing. I mean, I've been inspired also by the fact that he loved to listen to the pianists of the past, with all the recordings that they left us. I mean, I'm talking Godowski, Rachmaninoff, Hoffman, Paderewski, Levine, Moritz Rosenthal, and Moisevich, and people like that. And these people often were the authors of transcriptions and arrangements and the like. So I enjoyed to do that as well. But a lot of them also composed. So that I think was a large. It played a large part in, I guess, my makeup as a composer.
Well, who knows? Maybe we will hear something during your
You
encore.
you
Give
very
the
well might.
inspiration.
Yes, you very well might.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So, could you tell me a little bit about your upcoming projects? What's exciting? What maybe recordings or the travels or a tour or some composition
Well,
commissions?
I my next recording session is actually going to happen in a couple of weeks, and that's going to be devoted to a Brazilian composer who you probably will not have heard of. He's a major figure over there, but almost unknown in the rest of the world, and his name is Radames Nyatali. It's Gnattali, Nyatali. He wrote a lot of concert music, symphonic music, concerti for various instruments, chamber music. Uh, so he very much worked in the sort of classical field, but he was also a popular pianist, and he often played in popular Brazilian music combos and made a lot of arrangements. He was also a very good pianist, and he left us a sizable number of piano pieces. Very few of them unfortunately, were ever published. So, but now it's all available. There's a website devoted to his music. And I just find the music completely delightful. I discovered it, I can say, 2 or 3 decades ago, and never did anything with them except maybe playing a few pieces occasionally as encores. But the idea of making a recording of them has always been in the back of my mind. And now that I discovered the website, uh, I now know that there's a lot more music than I suspected there was before. So it gave me a chance to explore more of it and make a better choice for perhaps for a single CD of his music. So I'm going to do that in a couple of weeks in London. So I'm very excited about that. I'll also going to be recording with the Danel Quartet,
Uh-huh.
who have been responsible. I mean, they were major players in the revival of the music of Weinberg. And they recorded all of his 17 string quartets. And we're going to record the piano quintet together, as well as the quintets of Shostakovich. And we're also going to perform the Schnittke quintet. Very,
Wow.
very exciting to me. I've always enjoyed working with them. They're tremendous people, great musicians.
That is fantastic. This is so exciting. I love the music of Schnittke.
Hmm.
It's not being played much,
You think?
I think, in my opinion.
Mm. Maybe more in Europe, I would think, and certainly in Russia.
Well, yeah. Well, fantastic. We're so looking forward to sharing the stage with you. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell to our
Well,
audience?
I'd say, Rhapsody in Blue. What more can I say? Come in great numbers. I mean, it's a fantastic piece. I never get tired of it, and I don't think the audience ever gets tired of it either. I mean, it's one of the gems, one of the pillars of American music, and it's good to be reminded of that and just sit down and enjoy it. That's all I say.